It is said that a woman's hair is her pride. But in the case where the woman is asked to cover her hair with an artificial hair, what then happens? Well, we'll get to find out and more. Hello and welcome to Randoms. I am your host, Sharon Ajay. And of course, I have with me in the studio, as always, Ogochukwu Mabuna. Drum roll. Ogochukwu, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
You look fantabulous.
Oh, please say it again. So much,
Yeah, of course, you look really amazing.
Thank you.
How have you been?
I've been doing well.
Amazing.
Thank you so
Amazing. Well, let's dive right into what we have for today. In a recent tweet on X, a lady named Crochet Goddess has come out to express herself concerning her hair and her workplace. According to her, she was asked not to create a content for the office because her hair wasn't made. That development took her on X to share her view. Quote and unquote, I'm taking the statement exactly how she, posted it on X. Just wear the wig. I don't wear wig firstly. If I wasn't already in the salon braiding when the text came in, I would have been queried because I can't make my hair until weekend. Delaying the content and posting, wig isn't biscuit. I won't just buy one for content. End of quote. Well, she went ahead to post a short video of the said content and also a conversation with her colleague on WhatsApp. Well, before we take our comments on X and dive into the topic properly, we will be going on a short break. And of course, when we return, we'll dive fully into this conversation. Stay with us.
Get ready for the unpredictable and also unconventional show, Random.
From trending topics to honest conversations and various social media comments, Randoms have it all.
No topic is off limit, no comment is too weird.
Join me, Sharon Ajay, and my co-host,
Ogochukwu Mabuna, every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m.
Buckle up and enjoy the Randoms Ride.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Randoms. And of course, before we went on the break, we're talking about a lady that was forced to wear an artificial hair before she would be allowed, rather, to make content for our office. But before we start telling you and talking to you on our views and opinions, we'd like to take comments on social media. Ogochukwu, take us right in.
I'm ready. Social media is a place where you get to hear different opinions.
Yeah.
And I'm always ready for those opinions. So the first comment we have here right on X is from Jim Nonso. She says, this happens in Western countries and now here in Nigeria too. The discriminations against our own hair is so insane. I could never understand it. Okay. Okay, the next one is coming from TK. TK says, not too far back on Twitter, we are explaining how come Nigerian or African women are so dependent on wig, and it was as if we were lying and making excuses. Almost every workplace is like this towards our natural hair. Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's beginning to sound like a pandemic.
Exactly.
All right. So the third comment is from Fitila. Fitila says, it's not unkept, but it could be better for a video like this. A little styling gel to make it look neater and packing the hair in a bun instead of letting it loose like that. Okay, I think
That's
is trying
good.
to be reasonable.
Yeah.
Here. Okay. So the last comment here we are getting from Figman. Figman says, makes no iota of sense bringing this here. The company and its role, just because you have a ponytail doesn't mean it meets the standard of properly kept to your boss. You have been given the necessary feedback. Do your job and stop seeking validations on social media.
So social media and their comments,
And
like
comments.
of course,
So
different comments.
At this point, like everybody's comments is valid at this point.
Of course.
But then again, we still have to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Sharon?
Exactly.
So if you ask me, Sharon,
Okay.
what I think about all of this, I would tell you that the day you were giving your offer letter is more like this prayer, all of you, Jesus, and none of me. You are working for an organization.
Exactly.
And they are trying to keep up with a brand name. They are trying to uphold a standard. You understand? So it is no longer your idea.
Very true.
The person who set up the company knows what he or she wants. They have personnel who have sat down, board meetings and all of that, and say, this is how we want it.
To be.
On a norm, I do not like makeup, Sharon. Honestly, to be very honest with you, I would like to go on my bare face, appear anywhere. But because I know that every job with its own priorities, I know that I have to appear,
presentable,
presentable,
the way they would like.
I would definitely need to touch my face.
Definitely.
I have to look good on air. So I cannot now say because I do not like makeup, so I must come out with my bare face like that, whether they like it or not. I don't wear makeup. In fact, my household, everybody in my village who don't wear makeup. It's no longer you. It's not about you anymore. So if the organization is saying, please fix your hair or wear a particular wig for a content, because this is the content that's going to sell the organization.
Exactly.
They are marketing this organization. So if they say, please put on a wig or braid your hair, then I see no reason why she should frown at it.
Exactly.
To be very honest. And the conversation she had with her colleague, we could see the colleague was just too reasonable. The colleague was asking her, oh, please, okay, do you have any wig at all? So you can wear.
So, yeah.
You understand? Do you have any wig at all? So you can wear at least. You have to, okay, I think Fiti said something, and he said, even if it's just to use a styling gel, hair mousse, add a bit of ponytail, make it look good. You don't just pack your hair as though you were chased from your house. It is
true.
Yes, it is a company that you are trying to represent. So I don't think there's supposed to be an issue here. Bringing it to social media, I understand we all want to be on social media. We want to let out our family problems on social media, but there are some things that we can actually tell ourselves the truth. So this is just me, Sharon.
Well, what you've said is totally, at least from your opinion, your personal opinion, it's understandable. But I want to come in from the perspective of the beauty standard. Because I believe that there is a beauty standard that's literally the Western world, Africa, I think the world in general have on women. If you're in a corporate world, you have to do your makeup, you have to make your hair, you must use a wig, you must have extensions. Natural hair isn't permitted anymore in the corporate world. And I think that is even the standpoint I'm going to come from. I understand that our hair might not have looked presentable. For me, I'm a naturalist. I love natural hair. You know me for that. Seeing her hair, it was kept. If I was to rock that kind of hair, I would not leave the tips, because you know how hair can be. The tips usually are not that neat. So if I was to rock that hair, I would definitely put the tip in a bun or use a ponytail or something. Now the problem is that, from what I've seen, what I've observed, my personal opinion, I think the problem they had was the fact that it was a natural hair, and not the fact that it wasn't presentable. Because I can tell you that the content is not going to take from the back of her head. The content is going to take from the clip she showed. It was literally just a front view, and the front view was looking presentable enough, at least for those that rock natural hair. You could tell that look was okay. But of course, like I said, we have a beauty standard in the world. If you want to create content, you want content that people would want to, want to watch, you have to use makeup. You have to do your hair. And doing your hair doesn't mean you just do normal or back or do koroso or do something that has to do with your natural hair. Doing your hair, or making your hair rather, means you have to make use of wigs or make use of extension. And I feel that is the problem. The problem is not even now the office people or whoever is in charge allowing her to do the content without a natural hair. The problem is the fact that the company wants her to have a certain beauty standard. Of course, the beauty standard has been set in literally all the offices.
Okay, I think that the whole Africans or Nigerians not letting ladies rock their natural hair and all of that. I think for content, I think it depends on it depends on the context of the content.
Okay.
Because I have seen content whereby, like someone said, when you want to shoot content now, you'll be looking for a fine background. I've seen content whereby the background is not even fine. It's a village kind of setting or a very poor setting. But it is the message that actually made them use that setting.
Exactly.
So it depends on what you are trying to sell out. You can imagine a brand that is trying to sell out something good. Like, you don't get, I've seen people create adverts and all of that for different brands. And you can see that they represent that brand. They even go as far as wearing a color that suits the particular brand or product. Like, for instance, I've seen a lot. I really do not want to mention them, but I've seen a lot. And you see them trying to represent. You might not like that color, but guy, you just have to wear it. You are representing a brand that is no longer all about you.
Exactly.
So it depends. I think it depends on the brand that the company is trying to sell. The hair is beautiful. She has a very nice hair.
No, she
Her hair
does.
is full. She packs it. But then if your office says, this is our rules and regulation, you are going to create this content, you're a pretty woman. It shouldn't even happen they did not say makeup. You're not going to start buying makeup things. You now say, do you know how much it is to start
Actually.
getting makeup stuff? So if they say, okay, just make it look presentable, because it's more like you lose your hair, you
And
comb
packed
and
it.
you pack.
But I could see that there were edges. She had like edges on. So she
So
tried
perhaps
to
maybe
make it
did
present.
not get up to the
Yeah,
standard.
Ogochukwu,
But saying that Nigerians or company or every other company has set up standard that no natural hair, I don't think so.
No, Ogochukwu, I think I can prove my point when it comes to that. You rarely see content creators creating content for an organization or an office having natural hair. It's rare. If you can point out one, I would be glad. But you could tell, if you even point out one, you could tell that it is not a big company. It's just a coming up company, and you just need someone to help with their content. Like, companies will literally give you money, give you anything you want to make yourself look good. You have to fix your lashes. You have to make use of wigs. You have to fix your nails. You have to literally everything that makes a woman beautiful. Of course, I'm not trying to say, okay, do not make the face of your company look beautiful or whatever. But it shouldn't be a norm. If I'm not into putting on wigs, I shouldn't be forced into putting on wigs. Why can't content be made with my natural hair? I know people will say, oh, religious, this is natural hair. But no, there's a way you can style.
Natural hair is not religion.
Oh no, people can, I'm telling you, there are lots of persons that come from the
Right, a lot of
standpoint
people
of
keep
natural hair. Of
yes.
course.
I do.
But how many persons keep natural hair, and when it comes to wanting to create content, wanting to go to places where authorities are, or would not want to seek to wear a wig?
For me, if you are representing a brand, then you are representing a brand. That's what ambassadors do.
Of
If
course.
you're an ambassador to anything, a country, anywhere, it's no longer about you. Except you don't want to pick it up as a job. But if you're an ambassador, then, like I said, all of them are none of you.
I think the best question, or rather the right question to ask that lady, the company or the boss of the lady, is the problem with the natural hair? Or is the problem
just because
with
of the content?
No, it's not even about the content. Is the problem the natural hair, or is the problem with the fact that she did not wear a wig? Because you can literally just want someone to wear a wig, regardless of how neat the natural hair is. You are just not a fan of natural hair. So no matter exactly, no matter how it's packed, no matter how it's styled, no matter how neat it is, it's your natural hair. So it's that is where the problem lies. Now, if the problem lies with you wanting her to put on wig, regardless of the fact that her natural hair is neat, then I think we have a problem with the company and with the boss. And we need to look into that problem. And I'm glad that she brought it to social media, because I believe there are lots of, company heads, there are lots of leaders that are online and would see this. Because I know many of you want to push the beauty standards on people, wanting them to do a certain kind of way, even if it's not what they want. A woman should have the liberty, should have the choice to pick if she wants to use her hair, make this style, make that style. You shouldn't make her and force her into wearing a wig. Some people do not want wigs. Some people feel uncomfortable with wig. Just because you want to use them for your content, or you feel okay, they are the face of your brand, then you make them wear wigs when they have beautiful natural hair. Like I said, it's a beauty standard. And of course, I and Ogochukwu talking about it now cannot solve the problem. It's a problem that's been there beforehand. So I hope and I pray that a lot of leaders and a lot of bosses, a lot of organizations look into this. This is like a situation at this point. Look into this
If it is
situation
well
and
kept,
try to, please,
if it is well kept and
work on
well
it.
styled, I don't have a problem
Of
with
course,
it.
that's you. Other bosses
If it
don't
is well
care.
kept, like keep it clean, keep it style it very well, make it look presentable, then that's not a problem.
Of course. We're not going to dwell much on this topic. Let's move on to, of course, our next topic that we have for you today. Well, the acting Dean Faculty of Agriculture, Akma University, Associate Professor Saheed Olorunnisola has urged the federal government of Nigeria to ban the use of mobile phones in secondary schools and higher institutions to tackle distractions and examination malpractice. Speaking at the second National Symposium of Mission for the Eradication of Examination Malpractice, Saheed Olorunnisola lamented over the misuse of mobile phones by students. However, he highlighted the benefits of technology in the education sector, but advocated that the use of mobile phones should be discouraged in its entirety, and the use of laptops and computers should be encouraged for students. He said, and I quote, "Social media is causing distractions in secondary schools. Tertiary institutions are the worst. Students don't care any longer. Them are now snapping notes and they will not read them. They are usually on social media with their phones. What we have right now is a misuse of technology and it must be taken away." Full stop. Close quote. I'm very certain that any secondary school student watching this right now is boiling.
No, I don't think secondary a
Student.
secondary school student should bore. Because why do you have to take a phone to school? Honestly, why? Okay, the first time, my first phone ever was, I think I was having this conversation with someone sometime last week. My first phone ever was after JSS3 when they found out that, oh, you passed your JSS3. Do you know why?
They bought you a phone.
And it was Visa phone then. God, that was like the love of my life. I heard that phone. So, as a secondary school student, JSS1 to JSS3, why do I need a phone? That was how it was then. You have to read newspapers. My dad comes back from work and he's dropping the newspaper like this on the table, and everybody has to read that newspaper. If this person finish reading, you pass to the next person because he's coming back to ask you, what is the news saying?
Nice.
What are they saying? So you are being kept informed and all of that, and we are always dragging to fill in the puzzle. There's a game behind. We want to fill in the puzzle. Then there's a small cartoon. You have to read a small cartoon like that. You are happy. That's everything is there in the newspaper. But right now, people are so more peculiar about what they watch, so their phone is actually taking that time.
Exactly.
So for secondary school, it's okay. Please do not bring phones to school. You don't need it.
Exactly.
If you have your computer laboratory, I know we used to have that in secondary school. If you want to do your further research, go to your computer lab, do your research, and they have a time you use it, and you go your way. You don't have to bring a phone to school. But you see, for that university,
impossible.
For the university is these are adults. For you to even get to the university, you are
over 16.
Yes, you're over 16, so they think, okay, you actually know what to do with your phone. You have every right to use your phone and all of that. So coming to say that phone is going to increase or is increasing possible rate of malpractice, to be very honest with you, my fathers did malpractice. Yes, they did. You know, there's a name when I came into school at first, they call it chukuli. We write all the... See, the way they are going to fold that one leaf of paper to a very small size, and you keep asking yourself, is this contraband? But with phone, is a lot more easier, and AI coming into play.
Exactly.
I understand his points. I understand that, yes, technology is even causing more harm than good right now in the... in that sector, but then you cannot ban phone. It's not possible.
Exactly.
People are still there who do further research, and if you want to ban phone, like he said, and said, okay, they should use their laptops, and will you provide laptops? The school, do they have laptops? Because if you want to ban the phone, then there should be laptops. There should be laptops in the school. The school should have a proper lab that has just computers.
Exactly.
So that students can make use of these computers, not just banning things like that. It's not possible now. You can't
exactly.
ban things and you're not bringing options.
Of course.
You're not bringing
Doesn't
a way
even make
out.
sense.
Then you have not really solved any problem. You've
Exactly.
not done anything good. So if you are going to do that, then please find a way out of the situation.
Exactly.
That's just it.
Of course, Ogochukwu, really, you've stated the obvious. I like when you said, you know, your fathers back then did malpractice.
They did.
Making use of phone is not a way to curb malpractice. Like, that's literally a very, I don't know, the reason is not, I'm being careful with my words, but that reason isn't weighty enough. Malpractice will still be done either with phones or not. Like Ogochukwu stated, they had what they call chokoli. Chokoli that they would, you know, just like put into their dresses or put into their, wherever they can hide it and all of that. We are in the 21st century. See, let me speak as a lady that understands the Gen Z mentality. Whether you take a phone from a child or not, if that child wants to read and pass, the child will read and pass. In short, phones and social media now even, it helps. Yes, it aids a child to want to read, because now you have it.
It aids research the more.
Exactly.
Honestly.
You literally have everything you need on your phone. You don't have to take your 12 books. I remember when I was in school then, I would have to pack 12 books. My back would be hurting. Mondays down to Fridays, then lessons, maybe Saturdays, I would have to carry. But now you can get all your notes on your phone. So what is the need to want to take out the phone? No, I don't think there is a right action to take. I feel like it's best we just teach them how to use their phones and the time they need to use their phones, when not to use their phones, and all of that, rather than taking the phones away from them. If you do that, we are in a world where technology rules at this point. When you do that, it's going to be a problem. And of course, they will figure out other means and other ways that you might not know to do the malpractice or to avoid reading or to even do all that thing. So please, from a standpoint of the randoms hosts, I think leaving the phone is really the best for them. I don't think you should take the phone away from them.
Even if they have to, I don't think, okay, yes, they don't have to take the phone, but then they should look for other means, because phone is going to aid reading and learning process.
Exactly.
So if you bring other means, and if you say, okay, no phones, I know some private institutions actually practice it, but if you say no phone, then you should actually bring other means.
Exactly. Honestly. Thank you so much. Well, that's so much for today already. We wish we had more time, but this is where we close the curtains for today. Ogochukwu, any last words for our audience?
Well, my last word is go and watch Randoms.
Okay.
On YouTube is at Global TV NG. Go and watch Randoms and all the programs we have there on Global TV NG. We have our live programs and even news. And also, please follow all our social media handles right now. Showing on your screen is Global TV NG. And go download the Global TV Nigeria app on your iOS and also your Android devices, so that you do not miss out on any program and even up-to-date news.
All right, so got to go. Well, like I said, that's all we have for you for today on Randoms. I am Ogochukwu. We are saying bye.